Hello again. All right, this is the chat portion of the webinar, and we are here in the dark. I was going to try something new, seeing how seeing how this camera is. I can pretty much see it. It's well, you can see if anything weird flies around in the background, possibly, or maybe not. So I thought about getting an infrared camera, maybe, see if anybody's up hopping around, but. In due time. So, all right. So those that are new to all of this, 1 second. I thought I had this. So busy playing with the light, I forgot what I was doing. Those are new to all this is IvanTalk.com. We have private sessions. A little bit's open tomorrow. Next week's pretty much open some areas. And most of the month is open. This is basically the schedule here. That's why you submit a question here. You have Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. It's all recorded for your purpose. You also have a shop here. And it's 1 to 5 days or 10 days at the most, depending on what's going on. What we are doing right now is the webinar. And there's different ways of signing up as a Patreon. There's this that, I'm not sure what I did about that. And also, this is probably the easiest one to set up on. So whatever works. So you also have Spirit Social. I have my services here, and also have a text channel text reading you can get here, and also we have the spiritual connections here from other channelers. So thank you for your support, and here we go, and onto the session. All right, calling positive beings to help you answer your questions and answer them as best as we can throughout the angel energies. Thank you. Blessings to the universe and God. Thank you for assisting us on our awakening. I just did a video about North Korea, and that's a big deal. If that can happen, anything can happen. So it's great. Hope for more stuff to occur for sure. That's for peace. All right, here we go. Marianne, any messages for me? Let's see. You're connecting to blue Palladian energies, and I don't know what Antarctica. You and Antarctica seem. I guess that has a lot to do with your connecting to the Earth. Your connection to Earth definitely is Antarctica, which is connected to Agartha. I see your energies around Antarctica as for assisting Earth's vibration. As for the Earth timelines, you are connected to that as for being a healing, and it does seem like also your higher vibrational self is very aware of the current events on this world. As for assisting, yes, more peaceful energies. You probably feel that not necessarily need it in your daily life. You just go about your day as you normally do, but realize also you have two sides of yourself, as we all do, but your side is definitely. Yeah, you have a pretty big impact here, from what I see. Not everybody does, but you definitely play a role as for bringing peace, from what I see. Also, your mother, I just give her a buzz. She seems to be having some, I don't know, something's going on. It's good to at least talk to her. I don't think she'll come clean of everything, but it's good to have a connection with her. I think you already do, but chiming in every once in a while is good. I think you do that, but it's hard to say. But it's just good to connect. That's all. What is my galactic relations with my niece, Jennifer, who just lost her mom recently? She said she wanted me to be her mom. Oh, interesting. Galactic, yes, I think you've been her mom in other incarnations. Yeah, she's been her daughter. Feels like more, humanoid incarnations, Palladian incarnations, not on this world though. I don't think so, not here. It's been somewhere else. Definitely the connection to the Gartha. Yeah, many incarnations that are there. Also, yes, very a lot of canine incarnations. I believe she's been, I don't know, your dog at one time. uh, you probably connect to that. But also even canines also. Other fox, she's been a fox in incarnations. I don't think he's been a fox. He's been other different types of canines, but she's definitely been a fox. So yeah, maybe with that. Mandy was listening to his whistleblower Emery Smith talk about how government has this technology where they can use infinite space energy that we have all around us to create whatever they want. What is that technology called, and is there a possible way that I can create this technology? If you don't know, yes, a being who might know to give me tips on how to create. Well, it seems like this technology is very difficult to. I don't think you create it easily. Let's put it that way. It's not something that you can. Yeah, it's not something that you can easily. I mean, they have alien tech. It's connected to alien technology. You have alien technology you can probably connect with, but I don't think they can create anything they want. I don't see that. Oh, let's see. They can use energy. Yeah, they can create energy at anything they want. Almost, not entirely. This is connected to the Black Projects, yes, but they're not. That's not something you can go and create. I don't think you can, for what I can see. I don't think even the alien beings. This is not. We're not really allowed to have that stuff either, not yet. But you can use your own vibration as for connecting to a higher energy. Yeah, this is a to. Yeah, just use your own energies basically to connect with the vibration of that technology. As for creating it, anything's possible. I don't want to say you can't. But as how to create it, I believe they will give you messages on how to do so. You might be able to give you tips on putting things together, but you gotta be careful with that stuff. Um, yeah, you gotta be careful with who you connect with too, because you never know. There's some beings around that are not exactly for our best good. So um, realize that. So I mean, you can connect to tech. I mean, I don't know. It might be best just to not connect to it. I wouldn't bother with it because it's connected to the government shadow energies, and you don't know what you're going to get into unless you're because a lot of people are creating this stuff on their own and just using their own intuition and creating their own technologies for the better of mankind. And then the government shows up and takes it away. So it's up to you what you feel on it, but I don't know if it's a good. No, I don't feel good. So it's up to you. Of course, you can do whatever you want, but it's creating it's going to be kind of a difficulty there from what I see. So I would be careful with that stuff. You never know, it might connect to a being that's you can't trust. Say, oh yeah, we can trust us, but you actually can't. So just watch out for that. Can you ask Robert Frost, a poet, what is the secret to a poem? How does his and other old poems stand out? Connected to his higher self energies, basically. Basically, he's always been a wordsman throughout many of his incarnations. Been a poet many incarnations. He just learned from other talented poets, but also he found a way of simplifying it. So simplicity is really where he got his talent from, basically how to put the words in the right place. But simplicity took him a long time to learn that through previous incarnations. So he's been a failed poet throughout history. Definitely, he's been doing this for a long time. So he finally got it right, as you can see. Not to say he didn't get it right before, but didn't really catch on with anyone. This time was a different story. So, how does his old poems stand out? He's not going into details of that. He's just going to be a process of humanity finding peace with finding inner peace, finding kindness within the soul, as there's just so much negativity in the world. It's like giving a flower. Words are flowers. Words are our expression of innocence. So those words are definitely it's words of cutting through negativity. So hopefully I answered that. Yeah, I try to answer the first one as best I can, but that's a tough one. That's one that's much Black Project energy around it. I don't trust it. Freddie, yesterday night I wanted to connect to a violent flame energy before sleeping. In that meditation, I saw a third eye, a small violet light ball passing by. What was energy and its message? It feels like a spirit guide energy. And the name I'm getting is Violet. It feels like a spirit guide, consciousness of spirit guides, vibrations, from what I see. The message is basically you are connecting to your inner light. You're allowing blockages to heal. You're also allowing yourself to, see more. You're also connecting to the prime creator energy, but basically seeing the prime creator create. You're connected to the energy of like, how is an ocean created? How is land created? You're going to that vibration of seeing within a rock, within the ocean, but within the particles of the ocean as it's being formed through consciousness of God. It also does connect to Elohim energies, but it's much more than that. As you have been a creator of many incarnations, also, you're connecting out to yourself through all this, your higher dimensional self, which is basically you're just kind of looking in a mirror in many ways, they say. Any messages from my Fendorian guide? Hakane? Let's see, one moment. You are connecting to a morning energy. Notice in the morning, everything is very light and it's just like it's been reborn. And you're connecting to that energy as basically there are worlds that feel like this all day long. They feel like just perfection all day long. And energy with you is basically, yes, the weather climate does affect many in their vibrations. Also, you are a weatherman in a lot of ways through energy. Basically, to connect to weather energies, not necessarily to change it, but eventually those days will come. As for when, but those days are coming. As for humanity will be able to understand weather better and control it. And this is a function of yours that does exist. I believe you're already aware of this. It's just that not necessarily going to be fully active, but still a strong energy that's living within you. They're just going through the weather energies right now. So I'll leave you with that. James, does being high on cannabis help a great deal with unseen negative influences? From lots of experience, I say it does. Yeah. Well, it can bring some in, but it depends on but it can, they can clear it out also. Yeah, doesn't mean when you bring it in, you can see them. Doesn't mean it's going to attach itself to you. But yeah, it does seem like it's clearing. Basically, it's there to give you clarity, depending on the cannabis that you take. Of course, it's less chemical hit, but the more pure it is, the better. But yeah, it does open up your third eye and all your senses. So it does help you just find a better clarity of yourself. There's other stuff here. Ayahuasca is another one that can really open you up, but of course it's only for a short time. All right, yeah. Do I have any past lives in Atlantis? Of course. Let's see. I see you connecting to a you say a shaman energy, but it seems like one that, well, I see like a globe. You not necessarily carried around a lot, but it's like a sphere that you connect with. It's like a blue sphere that you use for activation of other crystals and energies around. Basically, they're not saying exactly, well, like a shaman of some kind, but basically a spiritualist, a futurist. During many incarnations during that process, but one was like very connected to like a wizard-like being, basically, of connecting like crystal energies with nature, basically changing nature's vibration, changing the color of it, even causing Earth, basically even continents to be moving around. not too much, but in a way where it can be sustained, where everyone's not going to fall into the ocean. Now, this is like early Atlantis time. So basically, they did play around with their continents in the beginning of it. They're very careful with it, of course, but Atlantis had an energy where they didn't have to worry about it, falling into the ocean. It was a lot bigger than what some of you were saying. It's very big. I can feel. I would say it can fill most of the Atlantic Ocean, not all of it, but a good portion of it. It was like a huge continent. It wasn't just like a little island, which is what I see. Yeah, thank you for your kind words. Yeah, I'll worry about saying anything. Yeah, I'm not dealing with it. But let the trolls do their thing. So that's okay. Yeah, thank you for. Yeah, you have. I would say like 15, maybe 20 incarnations. Not really giving me a clear number, but Atlantis is here for a very long time. But your lifetime after that was definitely Egypt. Not going into details of that. Also, connection to the Incas. You've had lifetimes in Russia, if that helps. That's not Atlantis connection, but definitely Russia, for sure. All right, Carol, are there any messages for me? Let's see, connected to the unicorn vibrations, also the Syrian races, Syrians at this moment, as you are connecting more to your galactic lineage. It does seem like you bring a lot of felines around you at this time, as for strength and energy for your family, but also. I don't know if I mentioned last time you're connected to Native American energies. I'm not sure if I ever brought that up, but yeah, you have a lot of Native American energies that you're connected to at this time. As it does seem like you're connecting more to a spiritualism as for your senses. They're not going into detail. Basically, just be show kindness to your family. You already are, but it's helping them stay together. Basically, you being there is definitely keeping the glue within the family. If you weren't there, it wouldn't go so well. You'd be surprised. I think you kind of know that. Yeah, you're there for definitely excellent reasons. So every word matters, every movement matters, everything matters. Question 2, my friend Louise's mother is 94 and talking in her sleep. Do you know what is going on for her? Peggy is her name. Oh, well, yeah, Louise is talking to angels, spirit guides. Angels, friends, she's just having a blast. Yeah, I don't think she's ready to cross over yet, but she's a big chatterbox over there. When it is time for her to go, she's going to cross right over. She's already there right now. She's just talking to family members, but I believe it's mostly angels from what I see. I know some people don't like it when I say they're giving them direction, but she is talking to them as for you can say advice and information. She's not really going into detail, but they're talking about all kinds of little things, nothing major like the universe and all that. I think they're talking about other people actually, in a good way though. I don't see anything bad there. So, yeah, I think it's just yeah. Trust me, when it's time for her to wander over, it's going to be a very kind transition. Aaron, any messages for me? Just stay strong. There seems to be some tension around you at this moment. Just stay strong. Seems around the summertime, you're going to have some, not to say you're not going to have luck now, but some sprouts of luck throughout the summer, helping what you're going to do, what you're doing. I also see a lot of Zeta Grays around you in a positive way. But just keep on doing what you're doing. Your intuition connect to what you need to. You're going in the direction that I know it's not always the easiest, but feels like you get some summertime rest somewhere. Not to say you can't rest now, but be able to. It feels like during the summer you're going to get some time of like more me time. I'm not sure how much you have that now, so maybe with that. Gundium, any messages from my guide? Said something about cooking. I don't know if you're working at a restaurant. I think you say you're working at a restaurant, but Say maybe it'd be a possible cook in the future. I don't know. It's up to you. Interesting. Maybe there. It's up to you. I don't know if you work in a restaurant. I can't. So, question 2. Any message from kind of giant Genghis Kong? Today in my sleep. Genghis Kong. Let's see. I don't know why I'm seeing a shorter one, a small one. Yeah, there's different types of Genghis Kongs that are a lot more kinder to humanity, and this is the one you're connected to. They did not do. I don't know if Genghis Kong has a lot to do with the Earth's population. He had like all his wives and stuff. I think it was Genghis Kong. So, yeah, you're connected to a more friendly one on another version of Earth, basically. One that did not do what this one did. So, yeah, this one is more spiritual that you're connected to, it seems. Basically, it's an Earth timeline that went a whole lot better for positive time. They already went through ascension, it seems. Yeah. So we can all blame everything on Genghis Kong for why we are where we are right now. That's not true. Yeah, there's certain events that got avoided with their Earth reality. So there was a Genghis Kong on this other Earth, but not as wicked as one was here. Symmetry, any messages for me? I think you said something about going to a trip. Yeah, it would be fine. They just say, just know what you want and you will get it. Of course, not everything, but you are able to manifest the little things in life. Let's put it that way. Things that you need. So yeah, just have fun. Basically, you're manifested as you need it. Let's put it that way. And even in your life here, there, here, wherever, yeah, just as I've been told 100 times, go with the flow. Yeah, because we sometimes manifest things until we go insane. So it's pain. Paul B, any messages for me from anyone? Yeah, you're making the right decisions. I know there's a lot of tough energies around you at this time. You are opening up also basically a better timeline for yourself and you have more luck to come in. You're going through a turning point, as you can see. And it's not always easiest, but also things will work itself out. Just stay positive. Question 2, any messages from my friend Daniel R., who passed away 2 years ago? Daniel's doing fine. Well, there's some still with stuff with family and friends, mostly family. He's having, he wishes he can say more to his family to stop the grieving, because I believe there's still a lot of grieving going on there. He wishes he could do more, but there's nothing he can do. It's his time to go. So right now he's going through a lot of, even on the other side, is still going through a lot of aggravation, but still, when the family feels better, he will feel better, but he's assisting you and others that connect to his energy as for, they're around us and they talk to us, and of course we don't hear them. And it's like, why are you doing that? And don't do this. And come on, listen to me. Hello. I see him doing that. It's like, hello, I'm all right. I see him doing that stuff. So maybe not like that, but there is something like that around everybody. So, any messages from my friend? Yeah, just, yeah, it's family. That's the thing. You won't let go of. So. Joanna, any messages from my dear friend Nicole, who passed away several years ago? You can contact her. Can you please let her know that I miss her? Yeah, she knows. Yeah, she knows. Any messages? Basically, yeah, she said you're going through a lot of hard times right now, I believe, with the work situation. She wishes she can be there for you, but she's I don't know if she has children or I see kids around her, or somebody's kids. There are kids around her, basically. She's around a lot of young souls, let's put it that way. So with what going on with you at this time, basically just, you need some iced tea. And just place to put your feet up A hammock would be good, or some kind of no, I think that's a joke, but yeah, you just need a place. You need a place to rest. Buddhism is actually good energy. Buddhist, maybe music or some kind of Buddhism energy is good, or Buddhism rock or stone or whatever it might be. Um, you'd be surprised. That brings in a positive life for you. You're very connected to the Asians. It's up to you how you feel about that, but it definitely connected to that vibration. So, are there any other messages from me from anyone? Yeah, it does. You know what's funny? It feels like something's around your throat chakra sometimes. I don't know, school workers. They kind of like don't say anything. I don't know where that came from, but it's like I don't know if you have that. What is that? Anyway, I saw that. Yeah, not to worry about that, but it does seem like there's some coworker energy around you. It's kind of trying to grab onto you. Control your destiny in some regard. You know, I don't know. It might be like one female, possibly. They're not really going into detail, but it feels like it's a female that's kind of trying to get her own way. It's kind of interfering slightly. Whatever it is, you put a block it out. You know, block that person out or push them out. They're kind of obsessive in some regard. I don't know. It's they're not making it clear who this is. It seems like someone's done it in a gradual way. With they wear glasses, from what I see. That's what I got. I don't know how clear any of that is, but I think everybody wears glasses these days. They said that you'll be able to detect who it is. So if you feel exhausted, this person is kind of like a vampire for you right now. That way. Noah, any messages for me about my creative work? Yeah, just keep doing. You are connecting to the Arcturian energies. Just keep. I believe you're sending yourself out. Just keep doing it. It does seem like you're going to have a blog. I don't know if you have a blog right now with all your work, or it feels like blog. You have something with all your work so that you can show as a resume. Just keep it out. It does seem like you'll find somewhat. I don't know. I've seen L.A., Hollywood somewhere. It says down the road though. Yeah, don't put a whole lot into that, but I don't know. I'm seeing it, so just keep your expectations high. Of course, there's going to be like a million no's, as everyone says, but I'm not sure if you're going in that direction, but it does seem like it's going. Just continue on. Any other messages? Yeah, one just again, patience, of course. When I say 2 to 5 years, I have I say everything that you want, well, in moderation, of course, but things that you're looking for, yes, I know it's not exactly the quickest that you're looking for, but it does seem like you're on the train of getting into the place where you want to be life-wise. So just follow your intentions. Alexa, I was wondering if you can elaborate on my past life connection with Annabelle and how it affects my life. I think that was already mentioned. I don't know who that is. Let me take a look at that. I think that was mentioned about the webinar. That was, but yeah, very connected to that vibration from what it seems. Yes. Yeah, it was not a pleasant incarnation either, from what I gather. It's very very controlled. Yeah, it was. Yeah. All right, I'll leave you with that. I think that was already answered. If not, just message me. I think that was already answered, though. Kingsley, greetings. I feel like I am doing well with my abilities and any updates. Yeah, just yeah, you're connected to Mars. I think I mentioned that before. You're connected to Mars energies. As for opening up your abilities or unzipping the third dimension, it just basically you're healing your chakras. Now you can remove your chakras. I'm not sure if that's going to do much good, but either way, you're becoming it's like riding a bike. Well, this is your destiny. Your destiny is to go on this path. So your destiny, you're following this. It's not everybody can do this if it was their path. but it's not everybody's path, as you can see. But with you're definitely exceptional talent for sure. And yeah, I believe you're going to more of the magician state. It's like what's his name? You know what I'm talking about. Not David Copperfield. Who's the other guy? Is it modern, famous one? Oh, I can't think of his name. It's been a while. Oh, David Blaine, something similar to that. Doesn't mean you have to put yourself through all that, but I feel you're connecting to his energy for sure. You can say Houdini in some regard, but Blaine for sure. Any other message? Any other messages? Yeah, blessings. So yeah, you're becoming more sensitive to energies around you. You're also connecting to. Let's see. Oh, I felt the unicorn energies. Basically, they can cut through the matrix. So I always I connect to unicorn a lot, and it has to do about cutting through the programming here. You can also visualize that if you want, or feel the energies of it. You can probably feel it removing blockages. Of course, those in your 3D world would be like, what are you talking about? But yeah, I believe that you're basically, it's like cutting the cord of third dimensional energies. You just basically ask the unicorn energies to assist you in opening your passageways up. I'm not sure if this is mentioned to you in the past, but definitely. You're also very connected to Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar? Yeah. The second. That was the one that's mostly known in the Bible. He has like a powerful ring or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, you're his son. Big surprise, huh? I don't know how many sons he had. Well, of course, you're going by the Bible, so. Nebuchadnezzar the second, sons or children. Where you're going by them? It doesn't really say. Ah. All right, Miles. What's the story behind Wake? Busk. Okay, I'll look that up. Busket. Something like that. Antarctica. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Illuminati stuff there. Can it go? Yeah, it's a lot of. Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, it has a lot of Illuminati. Basically, it's like a seaport for ships. Some ships do land on it. It's basically a place of. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a lot of alien activities I see mostly around that. Basically, yeah, there's a lot of blockages around it too, as you can see. I'm getting very far with it. There's a lot of negative reptilian energies around, but not entirely. But yeah, there's a lot of deceptive energies there. I'm trying to see if I can find anything on it. 1 second. I just want to get some idea of what I'm looking at. Yeah, there's a lot of. There's a lot of stuff there. It's a lot. It's positive in a way. There, it's a lot of alien experiments that go on in that area. It's a lot of blockages around that. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff you probably don't want to connect with. It's positive in a way. I have to really that it's what it is blockages are around it. They don't want me connecting to it. Usually I can break right through it. There's a lot of zeta energies there. It's just yeah, it's not. It's not being very clear, but it is a puzzle type of vibrate. Basically, what I feel around there is a lot of portal energies. It's not always what it seems. It's like that area kind of wobbles around in some regard. Of course, in third dimension, it's hard to see it, but it's an energy. It's an entry point for ships. It seems one of them, but there's a lot more to it than that. But it is very blocked. There's a lot of positive energies there. It's very it's very protected. I'll see what else I can get far with that, but I better be careful of that. All right. Anyway, do I have any other messages from my higher self? Well, yes. And this lake you've been going to in astral. It seems all these places you find interesting, you've been going to. I believe you're bringing your positive touch to it and basically bringing it into light, such as this place you mentioned. Is those are wondering what this is. It's Lake Vostok. It's VOSTOK. It's a lot of Illuminati energies around that, but that is one of the places of disclosure eventually of what's really going on there. Of course, we have some time for that. But as for messages for you're going to more of a self-discovery between now and the next few months. Gradually know more about. I don't know if you've ever seen yourself as a feline, a blue one, possibly in a gray, but feline energies you feel like you're mostly connected to at this time. Is it Lyran? I feel like more Syrian than Lyran. I feel it's a tiger feline. Yeah, one that was very telepathic and a leader, but also one that was very kind to children, families. Also one that was can be vicious when you have to be, but most of the time you don't want to connect to any of that. So, yeah, I show you like as a captain of a ship, basically you can telepathically connect to the ship and just have it. You can even go on your own and just basically you're telepathically talking to your ship and doing your. Yeah, it seems like you go on scout ships like for archaeology type of things, and aliens do this all the time. This isn't, they don't have all the knowledge, so. All right, I'll leave you with that. Amy, I just realized that I have a lot of narcissists in my life, not extreme narcissists, but still people who seem to have no empathy for me and really only concerned with their own emotions. My mom, my sisters, my former spouse. What is the purpose of it? Well, to bring light to it. You realize we came in with a lot of difficult people to, you can set them straight slightly, not entirely. But I see them as ape people in the past. They haven't got over themselves, as you can see. Yeah, they have been like humanoid apes, like the gorillas. I definitely see a lot of that with them in a past life. You dealt with them there also. I believe this is another universe. I know. Apparently, they have not got this out of their system. Now, what happens is they come into this world and they change their ways. Like in spirit, they're very easy to get along with. When they come in this world, it's like they switch around. So I believe you're there to show them, well, not, to be like a reflection of who they are. Like you're like a mirror. So that you can, but you're not here to force anything on anybody. This is gradual. This is a gradual awareness. So. Whenever they're ready to see themselves, they can see it through you, basically, when the time's right. There's probably more to it than that, but it's almost like you're a zookeeper in some regard. Because they put themselves in that zoo. You're out of it, but they're in it. So I'd like to have... I feel like I haven't been connecting my galactic friends for more than 6 months. I used to see them in third eye, and I think about them a lot. Can you tell me what has happened and why I want to connect to them? I wonder... I just have too much. I think you just have too much on your mind. They just You're here on this world. We're here to do your mission here. So I think they'll come in when things calm down. Right now, it's like what happens. I feel like I have some stuff to do. You guys I'll be back with you soon. Of course, they're still with you. They're still around you. It's just your focus is here, and that's the point. There'll be a time when we can focus on them and Maybe to wash the dish. I don't think I do that, but anyway. Oh my God, it's Moses. Any messages regarding the event? It's still in flux. It's it takes many it takes many different forms, and it's a form of quietness at this time. So you can say yes, it was meant to fail for some, but also is there to awaken others. So it is. Some might not want to hear this, but it feels like next January might see a change. I don't know what that means. What they say is politics is going to be it's going to get exciting. It's going to get ugly, and it will get better. It's going to go through its waves of destroying itself and also making itself better. Excuse me. Notice I got choked up when I connected to that. That's interesting. Does Archangel Michael have a message for me? You have a son, I believe, right? They said to put a lot of attention. I think you have a son, or one that acts like a boy. But either way, the male in the family, the son, put a lot of energy to him. He's going through a lot of stuff, from what it seems like. Not sure if you have a son or not, but it's a good energy. Yeah, because he's going through some stuff. He's not always showing it either. So just talk to him. How's it going? If you don't see anything, that's fine. But just to have that interaction is more than enough. I know you probably already do that, but just be aware. It doesn't say anything is going to truly. Just having that connection, it's good. Just leave it at that. That's the only message at this moment. You're connected to an alligator species. Yeah, like a humanoid alligator, but in a good way. They're mellow. Yeah, they might look vicious, but they're mellow. Jeez, I always come up with me. Somebody must be here to tire me out. That's like a 6-dimension alligator species. With that, and Ara, what is my connection to Edda? Edda. Grandmother incarnation she's had with you. She's been your grandmother, meaning you've been her child in many incarnations. Well, not many, but a couple. I also see the Middle Ages. You're very connected there. She's been a male also, and you just a headstrong male too. And you've had interaction that not always the best. I think you saw her get executed once. So you've had a cousin energy with this one. It's like a cousin. So even in the spirit realms, you have those that your mothers, your fathers, and your cousins even there too. So this one would be a cousin. Any messages from Iguana? Yeah, so you come around you at night to just basically just sparkle some, I know it sounds funny, fairy dust around you. They have a good sense of humor with you. They're helping you with your communications with others, but what matters most is your finding your inner self. You might see iguanas on a ship, possibly. They're here to just mellow people out. So that vibration is definitely very. I've never seen. I mean, imagine there are negative iguanas, but I've never seen positive ones. If there's a positive reptilian out there, I think it's a reptilian. You got there. It's the iguana. They're so mellow. I mean, I think they have dry sense of humor also, but that goes with their mellowness. So I saw one sitting. I see one sitting at a table. So like as a human. So Yeah, they're just there to mellow you out and connect you what you feel, what is right for you, directions. Basically, they say not to worry about anything. Just be mellow, and everything that you need will work itself out. Aragon, I do. Do I have any connections to their rhinoceros beetles? Or maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong. No, right? Nope. Rhinoceros beetles. Okay. Ooh, that would be nice. And I mean, yeah, and Orion. I do see a lot of them at war with different species. Yeah, they kind of like interchangeable, aren't they? In some regard, feels like they can do a great amount of talents. But yeah, they're jeez, ouch. Feels like Orion. I think Orion. I feel just mostly Orion. They do connect to reptilians. I think reptilians eat them, but they do battles with alien worlds. Like you can be infested with them in the skies. So yeah, it's a curious species for sure, and they can fly in space. Yes, there are species that can fly in space. They don't need a spaceship. And they're very big usually when they're like that. There are species that can do that. It sounds like, well, we don't know anything here, but yeah. So they can grab onto like a ship. Not to say they're all negative, not at all, but some of them are. They have their own thing going on. But yeah, it's a pretty advanced species actually. Quite a few more out there. Most of them are. That's a pretty advanced species for sure. I've just seen Orion, several incarnation connections with them. I see them also as humanoid. Also, basically, they can change their you know, they're a shapeshifter. Some of them can be. Are there any messages for me? Well, now you're connecting to this. There'll be more to come. Let's see. See, I connected to the Gator earlier. I see you connected to the Gator also. You had lifetimes around volcanoes in the past. Oh yeah. Uh, there's yeah. You ever heard of Pompeii? Is that I don't know how you feel about Pompeii, but I think you had a connection there at one time. I'm not sure if you're actually a citizen of that, but you were affected by it. I don't see you as a citizen, but you were definitely. Were you there or not? It's not being very clear. But Pompeii, you do have a connection to. Let's put it that way. I think you're more of archaeologist. Okay. Now we're on 1800 time period. I would say around the late 1800s. Whatever they had archaeologists. I think they had archaeologists around that time. Throughout history, but this seemed like around 1800 time period. Now that wasn't the only place he went to, but that was one of them. He must have lived by it or something like that. Of course, Pompeii happened, ages ago. So I'll leave you with that. I don't think you had an incarnation. I'm not seeing it. But man, not being very clear. But I don't know if any of that has any relevance for you, but it's something to look into, see what you feel on it. Definitely have an archaeologist connection to it somewhere. Yeah, there's a lot of alien vortexes there too. Mary Grinder, do you see my husband's health changing anytime this year? Trying to get out of a nursing home. Yeah, I think it'll improve. Yeah. Yeah, you just got to exercise. Exercise if you can. I'm not sure how mobile he is. I'm being very clear of that, but yeah, just Yeah, he has to basically prove that he can handle what he can do things on his own, basically. So the regular mundane thing, as long as he can take care of himself, they'll let him right out the door. So yeah, just be strong. It does seem like he needs a lot of liquids, water. I know it sounds weird, but he needs a lot of water. And those places aren't very people friendly, so not really. So yeah, I think so. I think it'll be okay. But yeah, it might be by the time the end of this year though, because his health he has to heal. But the more mobile he can be, the better get himself back together. All right, blessings. Any messages from me? I believe your health, from what I see, is in a good energy right now. Yes, there's a lot of challenges. It's mostly mental at this time. You feel like your health is getting affected by this situation. But I believe just stay strong and yeah, take care of your. But yeah, the stress levels are definitely pretty high. But I do want to keep your blood pressure low. Well, just yeah, just I would watch the blood pressure. Not to say it's going to be dramatic or anything like that, but so, raw in. What do I have been? What I've been doing in Astro lately? One moment. I've been connecting to. Oh, interesting. One moment. Trying to get his name and Plato. Uh, Apparently, you and Plato didn't really care much for each other during his time. I believe you knew him in some regard. You might have been a spirit guide energy that you didn't care much for. It's not being very clear, but you and him have not exactly been the best. So it does seem like you go to worlds where he's kind of invading and kind of clearing some of his crap out, throwing his crap out, or letting people know that this isn't this guy because he did work with through the cabal. I know it's like, oh no, what are you talking about? You'd be surprised. He's a deceiver. Yes, he has a lot of positives around him, but also he has a lot of not so positives around him. So it does seem like you connect to worlds that he is incarnated there at this time and letting people know that he's a deceiving energy. I know it sounds weird, but that's what you're doing astral. That's a new one. But yeah. Do I have any messages from my galactic family? It does seem like you're receiving infusions from the felines as for opening up your more of your kundalini of understanding your galactic lineage. Many are going through a lot of difficulties at this time. Oh, it's part of the Earth's vibration. Yeah, what they're saying is that as the Earth becomes more open, it there's a lot of suppression energies too, of course. Basically, just to don't be too deceived by the media. You're not already, but they're going to be called false flags or to this or that. Don't connect to any of that because they're trying to throw. It's basically it's like look at it this way. You probably can already know this, but it's like you're here, and all the propaganda is over here going right by you. And as you connect more to your lineage, that will continue. It's basically as long as you already know this most likely, but as long as you don't allow the manipulations to get to you, maybe you're going to connect to stuff, but don't let it get into your mindset and like, oh, Trump is this and that and da 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 da. Just who needs any of that? The quicker we ascend and have more, you connect more to a positive timeline also to follow your path. Just the way it is. So yeah, they're just they're they're definitely protecting you because you are going in places in astral that are kind of questionable, only because you feel like you're needed there. So you're protected though. Only because there's a lot of scam, it's affecting you're going to worlds that are affecting this one, so kind of cutting the ties with them. You can say something like that. Susie, what have you been doing in astral? Let's see. See you connecting to a lot of lion beings with the Wirans. the Lyran councils. As for what to do with this world, you're very connected, yes, to removing a lot of the cabal energies. Definitely within South America, there's a lot of trafficking and drug trafficking energies there. So in astral, you're involved with that. Not to say, you're just connected to that type of vibration of removing the deception energies. There's a lot of drug trafficking, a lot of stuff happens, and around the equator, and just there are set plans for the future, and I believe you're involved with it. I do see as a feline being in the future too. Arriving on Earth when we get our stuff together finally. So, are there any messages for me? I think that was part of it. They're also connected to a silver Pleiadian energies, basically. Silver Pleiadians are they're not deception, and they can be, but basically they can get into worlds that others cannot. So you're connecting more to the positive ones, but there's a lot of them here that are causing some difficulties here from what it seems, and you're part of clearing out. When I see you as a feline, see as a very powerful one's like, I'm not going to take anybody's crap from what I see. So it's definitely, as for anything else that's going on with that, I'm not sure if you're connected. You're probably connected to other species too, but the feline one's coming through the strongest. And it's like, we're not going to take any more of this. We're going to, Of course, they can't get too involved with our world, but they are. Let me tell you, they're pushing it as far as they can as for assisting us. Jess, what's been going on in astral that has me feeling so exhausted this week? Well, I believe it has to do with the politics here. I don't know if North Korea has anything to do with it, but definitely basically the dark is trying to push this earth as far as they can as more people awaken. I just feel like also we're going to more of an awakening shift. That's part of the event also. It's a swell one, but it's more people are just like, oh, that's what's going on. So a lot of the light bulbs are being turned on. More of basically their own abilities, their own channeling, their own healings, and just it's getting stronger, basically with more clarity. And once you feel that, a lot of dark is kind of like, hey, guess what? Don't forget we're here still. So that's where it's probably was coming through that. It might be go for another 2 weeks possibly. Stay strong. What messages or advice did my higher self have at this time? Just connect to your crystals that are around you. Yeah, that's what matters most. Just basically stay confident. Health will improve. It's another thing is just if you need to sleep because you're going to astral a lot. That's a good thing. So if you need to sleep, go for it. It's your body is telling you they're giving you time to do this. So Henry, do I have any messages from Gwendolyn, female Pleiadian from Karma Court, and her two male Pleiadian colleagues that work alongside of her? Let's see. Well, yeah, you're going through a shift. It's a gradual one. Basically, you're going to what you're looking for. Not entirely exactly what you're working up towards your main goal. But you are making some headroads and things are going to improve financially. You're just building, but also spiritually, there's a lot of, I don't know, your inquiries as for having a more alien connection is going through, but has not been fully approved as it goes through a lot of layers of red tape, or however you want to word that. But you are making progress as for getting what you're here to connect with, as was an alien connection. So, do I have any messages from Galactic Family, Higher Spirit, Council, and Prime Creator? Higher Spirit energies that basically say to just, calm down, chill. Oh, yeah, your work situation will improve. It's in the coming days or week, mostly coming days. Things are just going to start popping in for you for the better. And also, just basically, you feel that you are more stronger than you ever have been. Yes, there's going to be some tests around you, but also you feel like it's like you're making progress. Yeah, it's been kind of stumbling around recently, but the progress is on its way. It's it will improve. Everything's going to, it won't be perfect. As there's a lot of misguided energies around you, as you can see, that are kind of suppressing you. But just stay, you're going to connect to what, you're just, a lot of beings are trying to push you down, as you can see. But you just said, no, I don't want any of that. So just keep going. You'll win. It just, I know, they wish it'd be quicker, but there's a lot going on there. They can't interfere with it completely, but you're getting assistance there. Debbie M, any messages on the light phenomenon on my front porch the other morning? It feels like a Pleiadian energy. Actually, it feels like angelic energy. Andromeda energy, actually. I'm also seeing insectoids there, but positive ones. Yeah, from Andromeda. I thought it was going to be a Pleiadian. There's a Pleiadian presence there somewhere, but it feels like it's the Andromeda energy. Just, it's seeing what you're doing. Yep. Yeah, that was definitely you had a extraterrestrial visitation, it seems. What am I doing in astral at night? It does seem like you're connecting mostly to your family. As for getting them out of trouble, as you have more of an understanding than they do, in some regard. They seem, well, I believe they're in the midst of waking themselves up, but they're not fully ready for it. But you are assisting them, and many beings are trying to keep them shut down. So, not to say that's all you're doing, but that's part of it. A lot of it is you're just, you're going to your vacation spot in the universe, not really saying. These things they do keep secret for a good reason. But yeah, it has a lot to do with family from what I see. In a good way. It might feel exhausted. I don't know how exhausted you feel, but I'm also seeing horses, white horse energies you connect to. Positive vibration. Realize there's all kinds of stuff in astral that I don't go in fully because the way connect to that is like, what am I doing on this world again? So it's like, why am I here? So Vasco, what am I up to in astral? Reptilian energies, but reptilians that turn into humans. That they just instantly change. Basically, it's part of their society. I believe it's kind of like in some ways, it feels like it's like a secret society in some regard. So I'm not sure if it's that well known. Like it's here, but there is like a reptilian world where it is humanoid, but a lot of reptilians go into their reptilian hangout and turn into reptilians. That's a very interesting reality. It's not like a gloom and doom reality either. It's just, I guess it's saying their species isn't really ready for awakening either. So I think you have an aspect there from what it seems like. That is fascinating. So it's just reptilians though. It's not other beings. It feels like it's like a humanoid world similar to ours, not exactly. And they're not really ready for disclosure, but you're one of the reptilians that is aware of who you are. And basically it's showing that all humans on this world can turn into a reptilian also. They're just not believing it or they're not ready for it. That sounds weird, but it sounds like a good science fiction movie. But I'm seeing it, I'm feeling it. It's an experimental world, but all worlds are experimental. It does feel like it's off this world because it's very similar to ours. As for, not exactly, but it does have a lot of similarities to it. As for our current culture, let's put it that way. Any messages from anyone? Yeah, you've been going to a lot of experimental worlds, as everyone does, but you go to a lot of strange ones. A lot of Zeta Gray worlds are very bizarre. I don't know how you are with old, like weird movies. Of course, these movies, I can't think of anything right now because I don't think they're weird enough. Basically, it's like you go through a door here and you come out the ceiling on another reality. I don't know. It's not exactly like that, but you go to like Zeta worlds are just absolutely twisted. And but in a good way, because there's always something to learn there. It's like souls don't want to go through all that because it's freaking bizarre. Madonna is there sometimes. Surprise. I'm seeing Madonna there. There's others, but Madonna's coming. I know that's. I know. Sorry, this is all weird, but it's like a strange. Yeah, it's. I'll give you this. It's like you have maybe like clones of yourself made. This is weird. What it is like you're in like a like not exactly a room like this. You're like in a control room, and you see other versions of you on other realities or other worlds, living out your day doing different stuff, different weird realities. That's strange, but that sounds pretty neat. um, and you're bringing it back here, so it made great science fiction. There's a writer called Asimov. I don't think he's connected to anything. It's similar, but I don't think he's connected. You're in much stranger stuff. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. That's I can go on and on with that one. That's interesting. Tau Ceti is where that is. Yeah, makes sense. That's a weird place. Stacy, that's where Barbarella comes from. Stacy, are there any messages from my guides? Sorry. I'm just gonna do a whole question. Gonna do Barbarella. I'm sorry. Get that out of my hair. Jeez. Stacy, are there any messages from my guides tonight on my new apartment that I'll be moving into? Oh yeah, I believe it'll go fine. You have to move things around, they say. Maybe paint the walls, possibly. The tenants seem to be okay that will be around you. And yeah, it's going to be kind of a tough transition. It's going to take a couple months for you to fully get used to it. But it's good. It's all around good. Yeah. And the work situation will definitely get better. As I say, it's poor. They just say it'll get better. Let's see that. Question 2, any messages from Yeshua? Yeah, forgiveness. The relationship situation is going to take a couple months to heal still. But yes, this new place you're living, and he said also possibly not soon, but down the road you'll be moving again, of course, to a much bigger place as things start to really roll into the direction that you're looking for. This will be a couple years down the road. Basically, you just feel more and more comfortable on this world. As for what you need to see and connect to, that will come. But right now, you concentrate on basically making your life the way you want it. That's what's most important at this time. So, all right. Blessings, everyone. Thank you for submitting your questions. I think I got everybody. So, all right, thank you. And I'll be back tomorrow. And I'll go into, is it QAnon? QAnon, I'm going to go into Jay-Z, not Jay-Z, Kanye West. I'll go into some more of that. If there's anything to go into, we'll just leave it open for what we got. So, all right, take care, everyone. Blessings, and have a great night.